congrats on the win. Thanks for taking time to chat with us. Two questions, Lou, for you. First for you, Lou. You've had time to think about it, you've talked about it, but now it's official, 200 matches, and it comes with a win. What does it mean for you?
Yeah, I've had a lot of time to think about it. 200 games is 11 years. Yeah, I mean, today we kind of talked in the locker room about, I think 3 points was huge for us. We've been working hard. We've been a little unlucky in some games. So, I mean, for me, it's another game. We've been, focused on what's ahead of us game by game. So I'm proud of the team. We put a good performance together today. And, yeah, I mean, 200 with one club. I couldn't be more proud. So, yeah. I'm happy.
Thank you, Lou. Yeah. And a question for you, Sofia. When the referee awarded the penalty to the team, did you know you were going to be taking the penalty, or was it kind of decided on the fly?
No, I mean, obviously, Pino went down pretty early. She's obviously the person who takes our PKs. But I felt confident to take it and just wanted to step up for the team. Today was an important day for us. Like, our main topic of conversation going to the game was Lou. This is an important game. She's been such a good leader for the Reign and such an impactful player throughout her 11 years. That's like such an accomplishment, not to just play 200 games, but to be a pivotal player. So that was definitely, in the front of all of our minds was to do this for Lou. So I stepped up to take the PK for you.
I know. I felt it.
Thank you. Following up on that, Sophia, in the second goal, the service in, Jordan had been really trailing the play and just bolted to the near post. What did you see on that set that in motion?
Yeah, I mean, I had time. The defender didn't really step out, so I was like, I'm going to serve this in. I saw all the runs. That's something that Jordan's been working on for sure the last couple weeks, is just getting on the end of crosses, attacking the ball at the highest height. So, obviously such a good finish. I'm so proud of her. Those are not easy to finish. So, yeah, I just saw the run and played it there.
And Lou, the defensive response tonight, even though there was the late goal, it seemed like, especially in the second half, they weren't getting a lot of chances. Can you talk about the defensive response from the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think the defensive response, the last couple of years have been really great with this team. I think on the field today, from like the first minute, I didn't feel like we were losing that game no matter what happened. So I think we had that mentality. Like Soph said, we just talked about how important this game was. History milestones are always like so fun to be part of. So there's just that extra like drive for us as well in these games. And I think that helped us today. Like, you have the crowd, we have the atmosphere, and then we got to have something a little bit special within the group as well. So I could never see us walking away without winning that game today.
You guys lost Megan pretty early in this game, like 7th minute, I think she went out. I mean, how do you kind of respond to losing a player of that caliber, and how did you manage to play as well as you guys did without her?
I mean, I think we have such depth on the bench. That's something Laura always talks about. Like, Veronica obviously just got player of the match, scored 2 goals a few games ago. So we have confidence in anyone who's called upon. I was unfortunate that we lost Pino, of course, but I think Veronica was ready to take on the chance she was going to get, which obviously you saw in the game. So I think, just the depth and just the preparation that Laura does with the team throughout the week obviously makes people feel confident when they're called upon.
And just the pure focus of the girls. Like, it doesn't matter if you're starting every single game or not. You are so important and valued in this team, and I think that just goes to show like how important that is today.
I'll stand up so you can see. I feel like I'm hidden. Obviously, today, 2 questions. But first of all, congratulations, Lou. Today was the Pride match. Reign have been incredibly vocal about particularly protecting trans kids and having Pride matches throughout its history. Wondering for you guys how important it is, if it is, to play for a team that is so outspoken about those particular values.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people love the Reign in general. We share and really have our values on our sleeve, and I think that also comes with building our squad. Laura's done a great job with that, and just in terms of people coming in and standing up for and using our platforms, I think is what's really important. And I've seen it for 11 years. Never have I ever felt like this club was ever going to go any direction but forward for, a bigger cause. And everyone backs it. It's super special. I don't think you find that a lot in the NWSL. But that comes with, within us, within the group, and being able to carry that on. So it is really important because it is bigger than football for us.
Did you have anything to add, Sophia, or should I move on to the next question?
Well, yeah, no, I mean, everything Lou said obviously is exactly how I feel as well. This team is really, an inclusive team. Like, we love and accept anyone for whoever they want to be. We have trans people on our team and our staff. Like, we are accepting of everyone, and that obviously comes from the leadership as well. Like, this team is really special, and yeah, we obviously just accept everyone for who they want to be. So definitely something that we really care about and we're passionate about.
And then somewhat unrelated question, obviously World Cup rosters are coming out soon. I'm sure it's relatively stressful, but you had a great performance today, player of the match, got involved a lot in the offense. How important is that for you around this particular time?
Yeah, I'm trying hard not to think about it too much. I think my priority is definitely the rain. I think, it obviously is stressful, but I just had to focus on the rain and my performances, and ultimately it's kind of out of my control at this point. I mean, obviously I hope Vladko and the staff selects me for the World Cup, but just trying to focus on the day and stay present and do the best I can, and whatever's supposed to happen will happen.
I think they'd be silly not to.
Thanks, Lou.
She's something else. There's no fullback like her in the league and probably the world right now. So she has the full support of our team, and I know her being successful here is obviously going to help her move forward, and that's what we want.
Okay. Well, I'm going to cry.
Hi, Ayush from NextGen. Thank you for taking my question. Sophia, you said that you stepped up to take it and you were just feeling confident on the day, but you spun the ball a couple times, you took a deep breath, you stepped to your left twice. It seemed like you actually have a really good routine. Can you talk about what that routine means for your execution, and also what are you telling yourself right before you run up and hit it?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely important to have a routine, stepping up to take a penalty kick, just because it's an intense moment. There's a lot on your back. The fans are cheering. It's easy to get in your own head. So I think a routine keeps you really present. And for me, just keeps me confident, because if I just stay with what I know, it's something I practiced a lot. Obviously, with the national team, we train that a lot. And, I did take quite some time to take the PK, I know. Because he blew the whistle. I had to do my routine again. And then I was waiting for the whistle again. And then I told myself, oh, I think you already blew it. Oh, shit. And I didn't want to get too excited. So honestly, what I told myself in that moment, this is going to be really cheesy, but I just was like, do it for Daisy, who's my dog, and Lou. Yeah, so I just need to stay present. I wanted to just not get too caught up in the moment, and just wanted to get in the back of the net. So yeah, routine's important, and obviously the time was much longer than usual, but it's fine.
As has been the trend with NWSL starting 11 photos, and I'm pretty sure you guys were the first to really have some fun starting 11 photos. Tonight's one, there's a lot going on with it, where you, Sophia, and Sam and Jordan are flashing 200. Elise and I'm forgetting at the moment, spelling out Lou.
Sana, yeah.
Lou, and then the other players are pointing at you, Lou. I was wondering if either you could just talk about how the coordination on that came about.
It literally happened right before. Can I see it? Oh my God, that's so funny.
I mean, that's just like a great representation of our team, right? We literally love each other so much. We're so supportive. We have like the best personalities, and I think because we allow everyone to be their authentic self, like it's a safe space. So like we can be weird. No one cares. Like, be your weirdness. We love it. We want it. We encourage it. And so yeah, I think they probably started with us doing weird stuff a long time ago, because we are weird. That's what we love. I think for me, like, definitely like thinking about this stuff, 6 years ago, it was like, don't talk in warm up, be so serious, do this, do that. And like the game has just evolved and adapted in ways that we're like, you do you. And like, if that means you could dance around, we've got a new Brazilian in the locker room that doesn't speak one word of English. She communicates through dancing and doing her stuff, and it's just like amazing to see. And it's like, you can do that and still be ready for a game. And that's what's been like fun. And I do think that comes obviously with the club, and Laura allows that. And we know when to switch it on, when we need to switch it on.
We'll take a couple more in person, Nico, and then Jeff. So I'd love to get both of your perspectives on this. So it's a very competitive NWSL for at least I think the top 6, especially the top 4. Both of your perspectives, what do you think fuels the drive to stay competitive with being like marginal points like Portland from Gotham?
Well, I think for me personally, I think just the group in general, you just have to focus on the game that's the closest to you. You know, it's like, yeah, it's going to be a really close season. It's really competitive. You don't ever go into a game thinking like this is going to be an easy one. Every game you go into thinking this is going to be challenging. And so I think it's just really focusing on your opponent that you're playing next. It's just like focusing on that and doing what we can do to be the best team that we can be. I think this group is really special. Obviously, sometimes we face some challenges, but you know, we have a lot of experience on the team, and so I think we can always fight through that. But yeah, I think it's just staying present and knowing that if we play the best that we can play, you know, I think we'll definitely make it at the top of the table for sure.
Lou, Alana and Emily got early yellows. How did that affect the defensive presence in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing that kind of recently in the NWSL, quick yellows, which, you know, I think the game in general has called for that. There's teams that do that against us where we've talked about, you know, giving a quick yellow to stop things, but when it happens to your team, and especially to defensive players, it does change the mindset. Like, they have to be more cautious. I think everyone around them also has to step up to, like, help provide that confidence and being able to defend well as a unit. So yeah, I mean, it definitely changes the game, but the two are top-notch class players. So being able to get yellows early on and see out a 90 without, you know, being able to not be sent off, I think is pretty impressive, especially with how physical our league is and how crazy every game is. Like, it's wild.